How are we doing, guys? Welcome to the Chelsea FIFA 21 predictions rating video. Now, Chelsea are a team that have made a lot of transfers so far, and there's still a lot more to come. I think Chelsea are definitely going to be a team to watch next season. They kind of exceeded expectations, to be fair. FA Cup final, top four. Considering they had Lampard in his first full season in charge, they had sold Hazard, they had a transfer embargo, so they couldn't sign anybody to start with. So this season, I think they're going to be really good. Obviously, you've got Verna and Ziyech who have already come into the team. On the bench, you'll notice here, obviously Havertz as well. There's a potential rumour that Ben Chilwell could be joining them as well. I've included Havertz purely because it seems like he's very close to joining. Let's dive into the Chelsea squad, though. So we'll start in goal with Kepper. Now, Kepper was signed as one of the most expensive goalkeepers, if not the most expensive goalkeeper in the world. And let's be honest, he's had a terrible time this season. He was replaced at the end of the season with Willy Caballero, who was about a 38-year-old bald man who looks much like myself. But, yeah, I think Kepper's going to get dropped quite heavily this year. Personally, I think he'll go to an 82, but I can see him going as low as 81. Because for the most expensive keeper in the world, he hasn't performed. So I think he's going to go down quite a bit. He's actually not a terrible shot stopper, but he's conceded a lot of goals. Hasn't played that well. So I think he's going to go down to an 81 personally. But it depends how harsh they're going to be. 81 or 82, I reckon. Now, I've selected 3-5-2 because Chelsea usually play this sort of three at the back with James and Alonzo on the opposite sort of wing backs, getting forward quite a bit. So Azpilicueta as a sort of centre-back. I don't really know what to say about him. I mean, 84 is a very good rating. He is getting a bit older. He is the Chelsea captain. He's been, a solid player for them. Does he deserve to stay as an 84? I can't see him going up. I think he'll stay at 84. He might get unlucky. He might get knocked down to an 83. So I don't see him changing too much. Zuma. Now, still kind of an okay defender. I just don't think he deserves to go much higher than an 80 at the moment, to be honest. Maybe he'll go to an 81, because obviously Chelsea had a good year as a whole. He did have the most amount of clearances with 112 over Azpilicueta, who had 81. He had the most aerial battles won, 106 versus 93. He's been a solid defender. He also had 6 yellow cards. I think his defending and physical might go up a little bit, but I don't know. I don't see him going up too much. Maybe an 81. I feel like it'd be very generous to give him an 82. On to Rudiger now, who has kind of been hit and miss. You'll see on the bench here, I've also got Tomeroy on the bench as well, who was playing sort of on and off. Christensen could go in as well. I just kind of went with more of their FA Cup lineup. But yeah, I'm not sure about Rudiger. 82 seems maybe like it will stick. I don't think he'll go up, but I also don't really have a reason to drop him down. Decent player, but I don't think he'll go up or down. Reece James, I was going to say Dan James. Reece James on the sort of right wing back / right mid position. I think he'll go up. I think he played pretty well for Chelsea this year. I don't think he set the stats on fire. Nothing crazy, but he was he's a decent player down in sort of the wing back position. I'd bump him up to at least the gold, at least 70, 75, maybe 77. But I don't know too much about Reece James, but I do know that he has been fairly solid. He's been playing regularly for Chelsea, so they obviously value him quite a lot. Now in midfield here, you'll notice I've actually left Mason Mount on the bench, mainly because I think that Ziyech will take over the cam role. Although Chelsea might mix it up if Kante comes back into the fray, or if Kovacic sort of stays and he sort of solidifies his place in the team. It's going to be a change of formation, I think, this year for them. They don't really have too many out-and-out strikers. Obviously, they do have Giroud and Abraham. But I think with the way that Pulisic was playing, he was fantastic. So the formation's going to change. But we're going to go with this, and I'll go through the subs as well. Kovacic, very solid player. If we do remove him from the squad quickly, you will see he did make it into Team of the Season. So, he got a very high-rated card, had a good year for Chelsea, was quite a big player and a big part of their season. I could see him going up to an 84, to be honest. That would partner sort of Wijnaldum from Liverpool. I think he's a very important player for Chelsea. I think an 84 would be good. He's a player that's kind of got a bit of everything. He's fairly quick. He's good in the tackle. I think his physical will go up quite a bit, and so will his defending. His shooting's still a little bit low because he doesn't score many goals, but I feel like he's a very important part of the Chelsea team, and I think he should go to an 84. Kante, we all know how good N'Golo Kante is. We know. He's fantastic. We know he's a ridiculously good player. The only issue I see is that he hadn't been playing an awful lot under Lampard as much as maybe he should. He was played out of position by the manager before. I can't remember his name. I think it was Sarri. He wasn't really playing Kante. He was playing him as more of an attacking midfield, which is kind of wrong. I think Kante deserves to stay as an 89. I still think he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League. I think an 89 would be fair. He was in Team of the Year, though, so he may get a slight boost. Maybe we'll see a 90 rated Kante. Who knows? Alonzo at left back, I just don't feel like he's that good anymore. I think he's a bit past it. Doesn't seem to offer too much anymore when he plays. A few mistakes. He's quite often the target man for the opposition to attack him. He's almost better going forward than he is defensively. I would say 81 maybe is fair. He's kind of, again, he's one of those players that he can do a bit of everything, but the left-back position's almost too defensive for him. The left mid is too attacking. That's why he's sort of like a left wing-back who works up and down a lot. But you know, he's a decent player. I think 81 would be fair. Let's move on to Ziyech. Now, Ziyech had a very good season in the Netherlands for Ajax. He had a lot of special cards. I think it's a Team of the Year nominee, an inform, a European card, headliner, was that a headliner moments card or whatever they are, and a Team of the Season at 96 rated. He's an 85 at the end of the year here. Will he get a boost again? I personally think we might see an 86 Ziyech. I don't think we can put him up in the same sort of category as your Pogba's at the moment. But again, depends if Pogba gets dropped a little bit. He's not in the sort of regions of De Bruyne for me because we haven't seen him play in the Premier League. It's a different kettle of fish to the Eredivisie. But he's going to be definitely one of the players to watch this season for Chelsea. Along with our next man, Timo Verna. Now, this guy has been scoring goals for fun for a couple of years now in the Bundesliga, which we know is a decent league. 86 rated at the moment. I think we could see him go higher. I think we might see Timo Verna come in at an 88. He did have a lot of cards. He started as an 83 this year, got a winter refresh up to an 86. He had two informs, he had 2 player of the month, he had a man of the match, he had a headliner, and he had a team of the season. Now, this guy is rapid. So his 86 card currently has 92 pace. If you can get a Timo Verna at the start of the year, this is going to be one of the most OP strikers, in my opinion, for FIFA 21 to start with for sure. I think we might see him at an 88. Maybe an 89. I definitely think he deserves more of a boost because he's been playing fantastically well in the Bundesliga. I do wish him every success in the Premier League. I think he's going to be a great addition to the Prem, a great addition to Chelsea, and I think he's going to be a key man for Chelsea this season. Now, because of the weird formation, the formations on FIFA, I've changed this up and I've put Pulisic as a left forward / striker. I know he might not play there in the game. He's more of like a left winger. Chelsea almost play like a 3-4-3 type of thing, really. But with the new players, I had to kind of fiddle around a bit. Pulisic had a fantastic season after the restart. Was absolutely incredible. Picked up only 9 goals for the season, but most of them came after the restart until he got injured in the cup final, I think. But he was an incredible player coming on. So I think we're going to see him up to an 82, maybe an 83. Again, this guy is absolutely rapid. His shooting and passing should be quite good as well. Not the most physical player, doesn't really defend as much, and his dribbling is pretty good. So I think we could see him up to at least an 82, if not an 83. But this, the Chelsea lineup's going to be quite good this year. I feel their defence is a little bit lacking. Also, they've got Giroud and Abraham. Abraham with 15 goals this year, so top scorer for Chelsea. He could well go up above an 80. I still don't think he's maybe one of the best strikers in the Prem. But, you compare him to other players, it's difficult to gauge all those. Giroud, I think, might stay at an 82. He's still a great player, even though he's getting on. His pace is a problem, so for FIFA, it's very difficult. Hudson-Odoi, very good talent. He's come off the bench a lot for Chelsea. He's got 5 assists this year as well, which was really, really good. I think we might see him turn into a goal player this year. I don't see why not. Maybe 75, 76. Mason Mount. Now, the reason I put Mason Mount on the bench is because I don't know how Chelsea can fit all these players in. Ziyech and Mount could play. They could change formation and go 4-4-2, for example. Maybe put James or Azpilicueta at left back, the other one at right back, Zuma and Rudiger in the middle. I still think that Kovacic and Kante are going to be their midfielders defensively, and then attacking mids. They've got the likes of Ziyech. I think Mason Mount deserves a big boost this year. It was a massive part of Chelsea's season. He was a fantastic player for them. He did bag 7 goals from midfield. So he chipped in with 7 goals is quite a lot. He also chipped in with, I'm trying to find out where he is on the assists. He's got 5 assists as well. So was it 12 goal contributions, which is pretty good, I would say. For a player, in his first season in the Prem after coming from Derby, I think it was. So I just don't know if he's going to be able to keep his place ahead of Ziyech. I feel like Mount will start, but like I said, with this formation, it's very difficult to see. Tom Roy had a good season as well, played fairly regularly. I don't think he'll get massive boosts from his 77 rating. We might see a 78, maybe a 79. Can't see him going too high above 80. Now, Havertz is almost a confirmed signing for Chelsea. So again, if they do sign Havertz, it just means they've got so many attacking midfielders. It's going to be hard to fit them all in, unless they get rid of some. And they've got to change formation or something. Havertz had an incredible year at Leverkusen. Let's have a quick look. I think he also got a team of the season. So he started as an 84. He had a team of the year nominee. He had 2 informs. He had a Footmas card. He had a European Man of the Match, I think that is. He had a Man of the Match here, a Player of the Month, a Birthday card, and a Team of the Season. So Havertz could well be an 86, 87 starting this season. I think he has 5-star week foot, which is great as well. So he's definitely going to be one to watch if Chelsea do complete the signing. Now we move on to Georginio, last player we're going to do. 83 seems a little bit steep for him at the moment. I could see him dropping to an 81. Maybe he'll get just generously bumped down to an 82. But I think 83 is too high for Georginio. Now, if you are a Chelsea fan, do let me know, what do you think of my ratings? How's Verna going to do? How is Ziyech going to do? Will Mason Mount retain his starting position? Do let me know if you've enjoyed the ratings. Then do give a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you're new. Leave some comments. Have I done it well? Have I done it badly? Would you change any of the ratings? And I'll see you for another video very soon.